literally fell for one yesterday. One of the weak points that I'm transmuting is the fucking customer service weaponization. And I have been working on this consulting proposal for a month, and I finally got the go ahead to send it in, and I realized, oh, I need to put logo, like my logo on paper to make it a letterhead. And I wasted 2 whole days trying to figure out, how do I make the logo appear on the first page, but not the rest of the pages, and the footer appear on only the last page. And I'm trying to get customer service from Microsoft, which I pay for. And all I'm getting is text chat, and they're all in the Philippines. So you're texting and they're flimsy grasp on the English language. And it's fine. Like, I have respect for people who speak multiple languages, but if the only customer service you're offering me is by text chat, you better have that shit dialed. Your nouns and your verbs need to align, but none of them did. And no one could help me. Like, they didn't understand what was going on. So I called like 1 million times, and I'm getting more and more triggered and more and more triggered. They're all in the Philippines. None of them speak English very well. And I asked one of them, may I have your name? Oh, we're not allowed to give you your name. So as I'm getting more and more triggered, now I'm just calling her Microb, Tom Kakai. I'm just going like cuckoo because I'm like, are you hearing me, Microb?
All right, well, this show is already getting so off track, but it's totally fine. I love it. So first of all, that's the title. Are your nouns and your verbs aligned? Right? Okay, I love that. But okay, couple of things. 100%. I'm to the point now where if I am paying for something, I want human-to-human contact within 24 hours. Yes. End of story, right? Yes. Like Patreon sends you this thing. It's like, oh, well, we have a long line, so maybe sometime 3 weeks from now. And then when I figure out my problem and I don't respond to that, I keep sending me, did we help you? Did we help you? No, you didn't fucking help me. I said I need help now, right? You've made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars from me. All I want is a 3-minute phone call. Like, right? Like, that's it. So yes, if I'm paying, I want there to be someone on the phone within 24 hours, right? And I think those chat things are fine for customer service on stuff when you haven't bought anything yet, right? Like when you're on something looking to, and you have a question about whatever it is, that's fine, right?
But not even, because if you want my business, put some up. These are billion-dollar corporations.
100% correct. And if they can't answer your question, here's the phone number, call, right? I understand. Sometimes people have a question that is easily even automated a response, right? So I get that on a certain extent. I have never yet, and I think I would lose my shit if someone told me they're not allowed to tell me their name. Whenever I talk to someone, if there's been any like thing where like a problem has been solved, or when they say, okay, I've taken care of it, it will ship out on Monday, or it'll be there next week, I always get their name so I can refer back to so-and-so told me so, right? Or also, sometimes when I get really good service, I want their name because sometimes they call with the survey after, and I don't always respond to those. But if I get good service, I want to help them. I want them to get their extra $1 or whatever the fuck it is.
It's also human. It's like the base foundational level of human-to-human interaction is knowing one another's names.
So that there's no, that just sounds crazy to me. And I think that big deal needs to be made about that in general.
Yep.
On to the more important stuff, though. Still really important stuff. Just so you know, Microb and Tom Kakai are Thai, not Filipino.
I know, but I couldn't think of any Philippine dishes, and you have to
understand. Lumpia.
2 days of this frustration and multiple calls. I just didn't give a fuck at that point.
Okay, so
it was egg drop soup. Like, I didn't care.
Okay, so lumpia is the Philippine version of egg rolls. So now you have one, okay? But what's funny about this is, so when, like, I probably have told you this before about like how good my mom is at personifying like stuffed animals and inanimate objects and stuff like that, right? Oh yeah, my mom, like, my mom should have written children's books, right? Because she's really good at developing these like really fleshed out characters, right? With not dumb stuff. Okay, that's not dumb. Not the way most authors do, where they're giving you some like deep and meaningful background, but just like with all the little oddities of like, you know, what color they like, what their favorite food is, which is their favorite opera aria, did it, like all this just like random stuff, but it's like fun for like a kids kind of thing, right? So like one of the ways, because my mom is not able to connect emotionally on anything that actually matters, I think she tried to.
Hello, Earthlings. Quick interruption to remind you to click that subscribe button, to like, to share, to comment. You have no idea how helpful your comments are for me in encouraging the algorithm to give me more reach. As well, click that bell so that you will be notified of my every next video. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled mind expanding awesomeness.
Ways, because my mom is not able to connect emotionally on anything that actually matters. I think she tried to substitute for some of that by buying us a lot of things, and then also by like doing a lot of like imaginary thinking, you know, like a magical thinking kind of things with my sister, especially. I was pretty busy at the gym, but my sister was not. So my sister, all of her stuffed animals that my mom bought her had fully fleshed out, ridiculous personalities. And at a certain point, we hit a point where like we had run out of like typical names and atypical names and all that stuff. And so we had a series of bunny rabbits that were all given Thai food names, including Microb, right? And Microb became, I'm making such a fool out of myself by sharing this story, but I don't even care. So Microb like became like the most sort of like attention seeking and talking of the babies at this point, right? Which is interesting because Microb is MK, right? So both my mom and myself and my sister, but my sister too, she was expressing more typical things kids do with stuffed animals. We're sort of like living out alters through Microb. And he even had this little necklace that had an MK on it, right? And, and he was like obsessed with, huh?
Did your mom make the necklace?
No, we got it. Like, remember, like at that time in like the late 90s or so, where like there was like you could go to these stores and like make your own jewelry.
Oh, like Build-A-Bear.
Yeah, like stuff, right? So there was like a collar he had on that was one of those bracelets, right? But it would be like whenever one of us wanted something or wanted to do something but didn't want to own up to it ourselves, we would say like Microb wanted to do it, kind of thing, right?
Okay, there are multiple reasons, just to take us further off track, why this is relevant. Our family cat's name was Thai food.
Oh,
that was
the same fucking programming. Yeah, this is shit. Okay, because it's crazy.
Same programming. We found him in Van Nuys near a Thai restaurant, so we named him Thai food. But there was this like, I think it's still there, this like super authentic Thai restaurant in Hollywood on Hollywood Boulevard. I'm blanking on the name.
It's like one of those with lots of K's and R's and T's in the name. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. And I was there with my boyfriend in the 90s, Ari, and we were eating Microb, and we realized that the meat in the Microb was cat and not chicken. And we left in the middle because we were like super creeped out. And as we walked out, we went up to pay at the front because we're like, we just need to get out of here. We could hear cats meowing in the kitchen, and they were shut down within like a week or two for serving cat.
Oh, wow. Okay. So this Microb was a bunny rabbit, right? Okay. It was a male bunny rabbit, but he was kind of gay. You know what I mean? He liked to go to the mall and shit like that. And he liked pink. And, you know, for the 90s, it was like before that was super common with metrosexual men who, whatever, right? So, but we had this whole series of bunny rabbits that had, there was like Microb, there was Tom Yum, there was Pad See Ew. There was, at one point we kind of like, we ran out of Thai names and we named one beef with broccoli. I
hope you call Pad See Ew PSU. I don't want to play with that. Anyway.
Pad See Ew, right. So I think there was like
Thai dishes, by the way.
Oh, there was also Yum Yai. So there was like 4 or 5 Thai bunny rabbits, and then there was beef with broccoli, and then we were kind of done with the Thai food run. But Microb became like almost like a stand-in for my mother in a lot of ways, and like the best sort of thing to communicate with my mother through, right, at a certain point, right? Because she was not, my mom just is not emotionally capable person, right? And she also like there was like some suspended childhood things that both she and I missed out on that got met there. Like my sister's the one who was into all the babies. Like I was not when I was a kid. But by the time Kara had outgrown it, like it became a mode of communication between my mother and I think it had a lot to do with the programming. When I first, Elisa's book, she did an update. Elisa E did an update on her Our Life Beyond MK. I just did a show with her and the Crimmies, and the book is coming out. You can pre-order it and whatnot. But there's a chapter, at least in the original, I haven't read the updated yet. I have it now, but I haven't read it, where one of her altars is a little bunny rabbit that lives in the bottom drawer of her shelf, right? Yeah.
It's also interesting that you're saying this. I mean, I have a lot of bunnies out here anyway, but this morning when I opened my curtains, the first thing I saw was a cute little bunny.
They're my favorite animal. Like it's funny, when I lived in Tucson, which is one of my most mind controlled periods of time, there was like hundreds of cottontail rabbits right outside of my apartment. Like there's some in Los Angeles, like near where we were on the trail that I live. But like, that's the one food I will not eat rabbit. I will not eat rabbit. I like bunnies. They're sacred for me.
Oh, it's so interesting that you said that, because here, like as soon as no one's on the golf course anymore, the golf course is just ravens and bunnies and jackrabbits and me. But this morning I've been doing a lot of creative visualization as far as like what I'm living into. And I'm like, yeah, I might be catching my dinner by shooting a bow and arrow, like using a bow and arrow to catch rabbits. I've never eaten a rabbit, but I'm just thinking like, you know, election results, whatnot, like, okay, seem to be going down like the worst possible road. So I haven't done it. I'd like to never eat a rabbit.
You could live in Pennsylvania. It could be worse.